So as someone who is fresh off of a hit of some grade A copium, I've been thinking a lot about this upcoming patch that is coming to Escape from Tarkov and how important it could be for the future of the game. It is no secret that 2022 was a pretty light year in terms of content and bug fixes, but instead of looking at the past, I want to look forward to this patch and beyond. So obviously everything of course is subject to change, but I am a copium addict, so I will believe what Nikita has said pretty recently, pretty confidently. Based on his podcast with Pestily, which I will link down below, in the next patch we can reasonably expect to see the first iteration of Streets of Tarkov, new modules for the hideout, at least the new lighthouse boss, possibly the trader as well, more quests, new weapons including the underbarrel grenade launchers, new soft skills and some of the skills that we already have in the game getting reworked, more offline features, a better co-op experience, and arena testing soon, although we don't know exactly what that looks like yet. Some of these things are of course more important than others, but we will start with the biggest one, Streets of Tarkov. Obviously, Streets is going to be the most important thing in this patch, and one of the most important things we'll have come to the game ever. Not only because as a Tarkov player, we have literally been waiting on this map for 5+ years, but it also carries more weight for the actual game than you might think. The team have constantly been trying to optimize and modernize this game by upgrading engines and working with Unity closely to get this map done. At one point a few years ago, they were pretty deep into making Streets and they completely scrapped everything they had so that they could start fresh. A tremendous amount of the team have been working on Streets exclusively, and this map requires some of the most back-end tech and the most features to finish. Also, a ton of features that they want to bring to Tarkov need Streets to be in the game to be implemented. Things like the semi-destructible environments, map-to-map travel, new extract mechanics, and much, much more. Basically, if they can get Streets out and get it relatively optimized, not only does that mean that potentially a large part of the team get to work on other things, but hopefully a lot of the back-end tech debt that has been holding them back has been completed so that they can get the map out. Now, that's not to say that there isn't any more work to do. Of course, we are still only getting the first iteration of Streets, but it will definitely be an incredibly important milestone in the game's development, a lot more so than some of the previous maps or map expansions. Additionally, we're getting pretty close to being done with all the maps that are needed for Tarkov to go 1.0. After Streets, it's really just Terminal and the tutorial or starting area, and considering how they busted out Lighthouse in a few months, going from Greybox in late last summer to releasing in December of last year, so I doubt that Terminal will be like a multi-year ordeal. Other than Streets of Tarkov, another hugely important feature is the Lighthouse Trader. While he is not 100% confirmed for the next patch, Nikita did confirm that there's going to be a new boss coming in the next patch, and then a few days later on their Twitter, they did tease the Lighthouse boss, the sniper boss Zarachi, so that leads me to believe that the Lighthouse Trader is at least close. He might be coming alongside that boss in the next patch, but if not, he's probably going to be pretty close. They may release the boss without the trader, but I don't see that being a long-term solution because we would just end up getting used to a mechanic and used to a boss that isn't fully functional yet. The Lighthouse Trader is hugely important for Tarkov because it will show us a lot of their thoughts for the future of the game. We're not 100% sure if they want every single one of the traders to be in raid, but we know that they do want to bring more than just one, that some of the traders we have, they do want to bring into raid. So this is going to give us a taste of what that would look like. There are so many little questions that go along with this feature. What is the UI? Can I be shot while dealing with the trader? Can we kill the trader? What does he sell? If I buy something from him, is it found in raid? Will I have to turn in quests to him in raid? Will they increase the amount of money that we can carry in raid to buy stuff from the trader, or will the trader be barter only? And all of those things don't even include questions about how he and the new boss will function together and how we gain access to him. The original plan was that the boss guards the trader, and the only way to deal with the trader is if we get permission somehow to pass by and not get sniped by this boss. This is a whole new mechanic in the game, having a boss that you might not ever want to kill, but you could if you thought it was worth it. It's good that they are doing this with a new trader so that they can work out all these kinks and answer all these questions without removing one of the traders that we're used to. It might be terrible, they might miss some things, it might be something that you're not that excited for, but it is hugely important for the game's future because these features will eventually come to some or even potentially all of the traders that we have right now. The other huge thing that Nikita talked about is the arena. Now, we don't know when arena testing will begin or when it will be available to the public, but Nikita did seem really excited with how it has been developing, and if we see it anytime next year, it will be huge for Tarkov. I've made videos before on my thoughts about the arena and how I'm excited for it. You can check those out using the links below. But the TLDR of those videos is that it has pretty insane potential. I think it will be a great entry point for the Tarkov universe for new players since it will be a much more familiar structure. And we have seen how other companies have expanded and it has helped them. Call of Duty, for an example, was originally just an arena shooter and it was probably one of the industry standards of that. Then they expanded into the Battle Royale genre. It took some time for them to work out the kinks, and now Warzone is one of the most popular Battle Royales in the world. And now they're branching out even more to the extraction mode with the DMZ, and ultimately more people are playing Call of Duty now than ever. There's tremendous potential for Tarkov to own this genre and be the industry standard in this genre, and then expand a bit into a new game mode while retaining what makes them special. An arena shooter with the level of weapon customization that Tarkov has could be insanely fun. A separate and dedicated team have been working on the arena, and the hope is that they've been able to take all the learnings and the mistakes that BSG have made with Tarkov and create something from the ground up that is much more functional and optimized. There is a lot of potential here. It doesn't mean that they will tap into all of it, but it is definitely there. Other than those 3 big features, there are also tons of small things that are coming to the game that could end up having a big impact. Tarkov has more and more become a squad game that is better with friends, so better co-op mechanics could mean that more people stick around longer in the wipe. More hideout modules and skills means that there are more things to work towards and more agency over how your account looks and progresses, which is a really good thing if it's done right. There are already so many skills in the game, but so few of them really matter, and despite that, skills already provide a ton of endgame content. If more skills were balanced and more skills were added and they were actually worth grinding for, that would ultimately be a good thing. All these features have huge implications for the game in the short term and hopefully allow the team the flexibility to push out more content and more fixes faster in the long term. Ultimately, these things are so exciting, but all of it rests on the core gameplay, and the core gameplay is what makes or breaks all this progress. I call it the big 4. The netcode, the audio, cheater/RMT, and the AI. These are obviously huge pressure points for Escape from Tarkov. New features and new mechanics are great and they're really important, but these 4 things are fundamental to the player experience. No game is perfect in all these areas, but traditionally these have been places where Tarkov needs a ton of work. The hope is that maybe behind all these new features that are coming, we're also getting backend optimizations, engine upgrades, and new tools for the devs to make headway on the big 4 alongside these new features. We know that they have been working on a new audio engine to replace the one that we have, so ultimately we will just have to wait and see. Either way, it seems like we have a lot to look forward to in the next few months, and I am definitely excited for Escape from Tarkov in 2023, but I want to know what you think. Let me know down in the comments below what you are most excited for, or maybe what you're most concerned with for Escape from Tarkov in 2023. If you like this video, think about dropping a like, commenting down below, or subscribing to the channel for more content like this. I stream Escape from Tarkov about 6 days a week over on Twitch, and all my links will be down below. I'd love to have you stop by and say hey, and if you're looking for people to play Tarkov with, our Discord server is an awesome place to be. That link is down below as well. Thank you again so much for stopping by, and I will definitely see y'all on the next one.